Hey everyone, this is Vicky from Valkyrie Tarot, and welcome to the first of hopefully many educational series videos on energy. All right, so we're gonna start this off. Sorry, my chair's stuck on the carpet. Talk about that energy. We're gonna start this series off by just asking a simple question: what does energy mean to you? Okay, if I'm saying, how do you sense energy? How do you feel energy, right? The traditional person might say, well, energy is heat. Energy is electricity. Energy is my TV or my phone or my lights around me, okay? That's energy. Yes, you are correct. Someone that might be medicinally trained might say, well, energy is my nerves. It's the impulse going through my spine from my brain out to my muscles to move. Some other people might say, energy is what I don't have anymore because I am over 30 years old and I have kids and a full-time job and I'm exhausted. You're also correct. And for you, my dear friend, if you said yes to that, there's a lot of us with you on that one, all right? But when we're talking about energy in this type of realm, in more of the metaphysical sense of it, we're talking about how you specifically feel and sense energy, because we all do. Right? When I was teaching one of my Reiki classes, actually I do a lot of free public events, and I teach Reiki 101 and mental imagery and how to do like chi balls and self-healing, things like that. When I was teaching one of these classes, the concept came up of, well, I don't think I have that natural ability. And I challenge you all to realize that when we're going through this, you might pick up on the fact that you actually might have this ability. It's just not honed in on. You might not have really known what it was, so you kind of forgot about it, shoved it under a rug, and now you're realizing, hey, maybe this is something that I should have practiced a little bit more. Just like shooting free throws to get a better like shooting percentage, same thing goes with your spiritual gifts, okay? So, best thing I can put it is this. You're at the grocery store, you're standing in the meat aisle or the veggie aisle, and you're looking for whatever you're looking for, right? And you're thinking, do I want to get this or this? This is really expensive, but this quality isn't as good. You know, you're sitting there thinking for yourself, and all of a sudden someone comes up and stands right next to you. They are shoulder to shoulder with you, and they are a complete stranger, and they're leaning in front of you, trying to look at the extra stuff that you're already trying to look at. Tell me what your reaction to that is, okay? For most of us, you're going to do one of probably two things. You're either going to back away from the person because they've entered your space, or you're going to say something to them like, hey, I'm here. I'm literally standing right here, something like that. Those two reactions are because they've entered your energy field. Okay, so another way to explain that is, have you ever just like met somebody and there's something about them that you don't like and you can't explain it, but you just don't like it. You don't like them, right? That's the energy that is being put off, and it's an energy that's being reflected or refracted from you because your energy frequencies don't match up. Okay, it's your instinctual self protecting yourself. Okay, your safety bubble, which is generally 2 feet from your chest out, is, in all intents and purposes, your energy. It's your energy bubble. It's also your aura, if we're talking about it in a more spiritual sense, right? So some people have an ability to see auras or sense auras. We all have an ability to feel if someone has come into our aura or our energy field and we don't want them there, okay? People that we do want there, we feel very comfortable with them. We might be a little bit more touchy-feely with them. We might, hug them a little bit more often, right? People that have a defensive energy field where they kind of repel people back, you might feel like you can't get close enough to them. You might just sense, hey, I shouldn't get any closer. They don't want to hug today, all right? And then there's some people that just have a completely opposite energy field. It might be extremely negative or positive or whatever to you. Like it's the polar opposite, basically. Energy fields aren't necessarily like magnets all the time, right? And you're just like, yep, nope, I'm leaving. Okay? That's energy. That's our own energy. And that's the most basic way that I can explain energy to all of you, right? Now, the question is, how do we use it, right? Because we can use energy for a fire to make heat. We can use energy to light a lamp or a light. We can use energy to run our vehicles. We eat food to create energy within our body so that we can function. We sleep so that we have a store of energy so that we can get through the rest of the day. All of this is energy. We, as physical beings on this planet, at the end of it are just energy. And that comes from a scientific standpoint, not necessarily from a metaphysical standpoint, right? Because if you learned in basic science class, there's waters, there's gases, and there's solids. Guess what? We're a combination of all of that in a physical sense. We're just energy. We're energy on this planet in the times that we're here, and we're energy still when we leave this planet or when we leave our consciousness. Okay? So keep that in mind, because as we talk about energy through the rest of these classes, right? Things are going to kick in and be like, huh, I think I know what she's talking about. Or, hey, I know someone that does that. Or, whoa, that happened to me the other day. If it does, please, please, please comment on the video, because I would love to have you guys, give me some feedback and see where this goes with it. For myself, and I'll just share my personal journey, and you're going to get a lot of personal stories through each one of these. I was a kid that would have dreams that would sometimes come true a little bit. Not 100% true, but like aspects of them, the most vivid part of them would come through in a strange way, right? And I was also that type of kid that just would walk into a room and feel like I got creepy crawlies all over my skin. I felt like I had like a spider web on my skin, and I just felt like I shouldn't be in a room, right? There were times where I would be walking around, even as a young adult, and being like, hey, you know what? I think I'm going to go get a tarot reading. This is before I'd even ever had one, right? And I go to walk in the door, and I felt this surge of energy literally push me back down the stairs. And I kind of figured, well, I guess I'm not supposed to get a reading today, I didn't share this with a lot of people. I would have deja vu a lot. I would be able to finish people's sentences in my head. I would be learning a skill and it would come to me naturally, and I didn't understand why. And more importantly, when I became a Reiki master, and when I was studying to be a Reiki master rather, I started to realize I had this tactile awareness to be able to sense where there were injuries in the body, and I didn't even realize it. That was probably why I've been so good at my profession within sports medicine, because I have this extra sense that I've always had. And I obviously trained myself to enhance it throughout my career. Add on the fact that I'm a Reiki master now and I have an intuitive background, it just enhances it more, right? So that being that, tune into the next episodes here, and I'm really excited. I'm hoping that we're going to be able to answer a couple of questions for everybody. And if I don't answer a question, or if you have a question about the video, put your question down. I'll make another video if we got enough people that are interested in asking the same thing. You know what I mean? That being said, on to the next one, and deuces.